following is a presentation of Payoff Pitch Baseball. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you back to our 1921 Cardinals replay. Today's date is April 29th, 1921, and tonight, or today I should say, here at Sportsman's Park, the Cincinnati Reds take on the St. Louis Cardinals. This replay, of course, coincides with Bleacher Bums Gaming's American League replay and his Yankees in the American League, as I use the Cardinals and to play in the National League. He is following Babe Ruth, and I am following Rogers Hornsby, which is the reason why I chose the Cardinals. This is a non-broadcast game where we go ahead and just get the game underway. So excited for another good game. It's going to be Eparixi for Cincinnati versus Tink Riviere for the Cardinals. The Reds come into this game at 7-5, the Cardinals at 6-3. And in the standings right now at the moment, the Cardinals are actually in the National League standings. Brooklyn and Boston both 8-5 in the National League. Remember, top two teams will play in a National League Championship Series. Cincinnati 7-5, St. Louis 6-3. The Cardinals have missed a lot of games early because of rainouts, as we're playing the as-played schedule, not the as scheduled schedule. So right now, Cardinals are sitting right where they need to be. They have lost 2 in a row. Unfortunately, they got blitzed by the Pirates in the last 2 games. So we got to get back on the winning track here for St. Louis. So we're gonna let's get right to it here. Top of the first inning, as the Reds will lead it off here at Sportsman's Park. Leading off for the Reds will be center fielder Charlie C. He gets the call here at center field. And that is going to be a patient 58, and that is a fly ball to left field, so there is 1 out. 1 quick out. And the next batter for the Reds will be first baseman Jake Daubert. I'll go ahead and give you the positions as I introduce them. Daubert was on that Cincinnati Reds team of 1919 that won the series against the Black Sox. A number of players on this Reds team that were from that year. Tink Riviere throws a wheelhouse. So wheelhouse 33 is going to be a single. And then it'll send Daubert to first base on a base hit. His steal rating is a 3C. He will not run. Next batter is third baseman Sam Bone for the Reds. This is going to be a patient 12, and that is a walk. Tink Riviere, 1 win, no losses, 6.10 ERA. He only started 2 games for the Cardinals in 1921, and he will. This is one of the games he does start. That's a walk, so runners first and second now. And it looks like Cincinnati already getting off to a good start. Next batter is left fielder Pat Duncan. And that's going to be an in-play 35, and that's going to be a single for Duncan. That is a base hit. Sharp liner into center field. Runner on first advances 1 base. The runner at second advances 1 base. So they're not going to get any. So he's not going to get any runs in. But Tink Riviere comes in here, and he has now the bases are loaded with only 1 out here on the top of the first. Next batter for the Reds will be right fielder Rube Bressler. Bases loaded, nobody to put him. Bressler's double play rating's a 5. St. Louis is going to play the infield in. Pitch from Rivera, that is going to be a 6. That is a patient 41, and he will walk in a run. So Riviera goes ahead and is off to that start. Not off to a good start as he walks in a run. Bressler with a good arm there. With a good eye, I should say good eye. That's another walk by Riviere. Who puts a coin in the merry-go-round. And just like that, Cincinnati's up 1-0 and still bases loaded and 1 out. Second baseman Lou Fonseca is next. They're going to play the infield back. Hope to try to get a double play now. And that's going to be an in-play 63. And that's going to be a fly ball to right. Fonseca's out of there, and that is an in-play. So Bone will have to hold at third base, as that's not deep enough for him to score. So 2 outs. And we'll bring up Sam Crane, who's playing shortstop for the Reds today. Base is still loaded. Tink Riviera trying to get done with this inning if he can. And that's going to be a defense check 47. That could be a trouble. Error to play to shortstop. That's the Doc Lavin. Is he going to make the play? A 1-55. 47. No, he will not. Doc Lavin will commit an error. And that is going to be a 2-base error, which will score Bone and Duncan. Bresler will go to third. And Crane goes to second. Must have thrown the ball. He must have thrown the ball into the dugouts, what I'm thinking on that, trying to get the runner out. So that is an E6, as this first inning is already falling apart for the Cardinals. 2 runs do come in to score. And already the Reds have jumped out to a 3-0 lead, as Tink Riviera is just not off to a good start today. There are 2 outs. Next batter for the Reds is the catcher, Ivy Wingo. You got it there, Bleacher Bums. Thank you for dropping your like. Not off to a good start for the Cardinals already. That's going to be a patient 10. That's a walk for Ivy Wingo. He goes. So Tink Riviera is having that kind of day. So the Reds go through the lineup to start the first inning. Here's Epirixi, who's the pitcher for Cincinnati. With 2 outs, can Riviera get out of this inning? That is a wheelhouse 62. He will. That's a ground ball hit to second base. That's going to be played by Hornsby. He'll go ahead and throw to first and finally end this inning, as Cincinnati goes ahead and puts up 3 runs. 3 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and an error on the Cardinals. So we go to the bottom of the first. The Reds are already up 3-0. As fans here at Sportsman's Park did not like that at all. But we know that St. Louis is definitely capable of getting runs themselves. And we'll see we shall see what the Cardinals do here in the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Reds is Epirixi, 19 wins, 18 losses, 2.78 ERA. Fine pitcher. Rogers Hornsby, after 9 games, batting .243, 4 doubles, a walk, and a triple, and 3 walks. .342 on base percentage. He has no home runs yet through 9 games played. So Rogers Hornsby definitely is definitely underperforming early in this 1921 season. Leading off for the Cardinals will be right fielder Les Mann. See if the Cardinals can get a run back. That's going to be an in-play 11. That's a good start. That's a single. Man will go to first on a base hit. And the next batter is center fielder Cliff Heathcote. As Bleacher Bums Gaming just drops a like, which is good for him. Thank you very much. Another good game for your Yankees earlier. And here's the pitch to Heathcote. That's going to be an in-play 62. And that's a fly ball to left field for out number 1. Epirixi is a lefty. Next batter is third baseman Milt Stock. Man not stealing. He's on at first. He's not running. That's going to be a tough 0-5, and that's a strikeout. Stock will go back to the dugout, striking out there. And now Rogers Hornsby. Rogers Hornsby is the main reason why I'm doing the Cardinals for the National League, as Bleacher Bums Gaming Anthony is doing Babe Ruth, the Yankees, the American League, and I do Rogers Hornsby because his card is just killer. But he's not off to a great start, batting .243 after 9 games, so he's got to pick it up. 2 outs. See what Rixie throws, and that's going to be an in-play 55, and that's going to be a line. That's going to be a line shot hit right to second base, and that's going to end the inning right there, a line out. So nothing for the Cardinals. 1 hit. That's all they can muster. 1 inning in the books, and it's 3-0 Reds. Tink Revere will come in and pitch again. As he went through all 9 batters of the Reds in the first inning, here's Charlie C. again for Cincinnati. He flew out. As we now begin the top of the second. Sportsman's Park, pretty much hitters. 1 to 64 right-handed batter, 1 to 58 left-handed batter for Wheelhouse. So a combined 122. Yeah, a slight hitter's park. Pretty much a slight hitter's park. Pitch Revere is going to be a patient 57. That's going to hit by the pitch as he goes ahead and smacks C in the back on an HBP, and he will go to first. On first base, here's Jake Daubert. Daubert singled his last time up. And that's going to be a patient 56 as well. And Daubert, he hits Daubert. Tink Revere hits C and Daubert, hits 2 batters in a row. I'm surprised the brawl hasn't come up. So he goes ahead and hits 2 batters. Now runners at first and second for Sam Bone. I guess Revere must be getting a little bit agitated out there. Still nobody out. Bullpen already getting ready here for the Cardinals. They don't want this game to get totally out of hand. And that's going to be a tough 0-2. He'll strike out Bone, 1 down. Next batter, Pat Duncan. Duncan singled his last time up. Revere, that's going to be a patient 33, and that's going to be a wild pitch first. That's a wild pitch on Revere, which will move the runners up. So a wild pitch on a 33 and a 33 on his board. So a wild pitch by Revere. Now you take the result, which is a patient 33, and that's a walk. So a wild pitch, and then he walks Pat Duncan, so bases loaded. The wild pitch was almost not even necessary, but it works out there anyway. That's the rules of the game. And now the batter is Ruby Bresler. Bases loaded, 1 out. Tink Revere. He only started 2 games, and I think I now know the reason why. Bresler is a double play rating of 5. They're going to call infield in. And that's going to be a tough 49. And that's going to be a ground ball right back to Revere. That's going to be a ground ball right back to Revere, but on a 9, though, the ball sneaks past the drawn and infield. That's going to be a base hit as it gets Revere and right past the second baseman. And Rube Bresler has a single. And puts a coin in the merry-go-round as all runners will advance a base. And it is now 4-0 Reds. As C will score. And the runners move up. Still 1 out. The batter now is Lou Fonseca. And the Reds already just pouring it on the Cardinals here. Base is still loaded. They'll try again for double play. Infield back. That's going to be an in-play 64. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field. That's going to get caught by Mann. That's going to be out number 2. It's an in-play result, so Daubert will hold at third. No run score. 2 men out. And the batter will be Sam Crane. Crane got on base with an error the last time. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a tough 95. That'll be a fly ball to left. And that will end the inning. At least not as much damage this time. But a run does come in. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 hit batsmen in the top of the second. Reds leading 4-0. Timeout. Bottom half of inning number 2 coming up. Leading off for the Cardinals will be first baseman Jack Fournier. Pitch on the way. That's going to be an in-play. That's a rare play. So let's see what kind of rare play we have here. And that's going to be a 3-2. Batter hits a line drive to third base. Roll 1d10. 1 to 3, batter is out. All runners hold. 4 to 10 is a line out, and as many outs as possible. So it's a line drive to third. And it doesn't matter so the batter's automatically out. There were nobody's on base. That's that triple play rating. So Fournier lines out automatically to third. That's 1 out. So that's an L5. That will bring up left fielder Austin McHenry. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 0-5. That's going to be a double for McHenry. McHenry gets himself a double. He'll go to second. Nice hit for the Cardinals as they need it. Next batter will be Doc Lavin. He's the shortstop. He made the error in the first. See if he can maybe make up for it here. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 10. That's going to be a single for Doc Lavin. Let's see what happens here. That is a line drive in left field. McHenry will only be able to go to third as runner on second advances 1 base. And now St. Louis is runners at the corners and 1 out. Big chance here for the Cardinals to get on the board. It brings up the catcher, Vern Clemens. 1 out. Cincinnati's going to play. There's double play ratings of 7. Cincinnati's going to play for 2. Here it comes. That's going to be a 10. That's an in-play 0-3. And that's going to be a double for Vern Clemens. It's a deep drive off the wall in right field. All runners will score. So McHenry will score. Lavin will score. And the Cardinals are on the board. How about that? Third straight hit off of Epirixi. Cardinals are now have cut the lead in half, 4-2, and still 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Clemens on at second base. It does bring up the pitcher, Tink Revere, who they will let him hit. Revere actually is a good hitter, 375 average as a hitter. Here's the pitch to Revere. That's going to be an in-play 78, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. That will be out number 2. Top of the batting order for the Cardinals. Here's Les Mann. Mann singled his last time up. And that is a patient 0-1. That is going to be a walk. Mann will go to first, base on balls. He's on base for the second time today. 2 outs. Runners at first and second now for Heathcote. Heathcote flew out his last time up. That's going to be a tough 91, and that's a ground ball to second base, an easy pickup for Fonseca. He will throw to shortstop covering on the bag, and that will end the inning. The Cardinals, though, get 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk, and they're back in this game. At the end of 2, it's 4-2 Reds. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Tink Revere will be pitching to Cincinnati's Ivy Wingo. He leads off here at the top of the 3rd. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a tough 78, and that's a fly out to center for out number 1. Next batter is Epirixi. Rixie 0 for 1, grounded out. That's going to be an in-play 43, and that's a ground ball to third. Throws to first for out number 2. And here's Charlie C. Hit by a pitch last time up. Pitch coming. That's going to be an in-play 90, and that's a ground ball to second. Nice play by Hornsby. He'll go ahead and throw to first. And for the first time in this ball game, the Reds go down 1-2-3. A nice 3-up, 3-down inning for Tink Revere, which he definitely needed to try to slow down. We go to the bottom of the third, still 4-2 in the favor of the Reds. And Milt Stock leads off for the Cardinals. Al Red Sox fan joins me. Thank you, sir. Welcome to here. We're in the bottom of the third inning. Reds are leading the Cardinals 4-2. And that's going to be an in-play 23. That's going to be a base hit for Stock. He'll go to first on a single as the Cardinals trying their ultimate best to get back into this game. And they have done that so far. Here's Rogers Hornsby. He lined out his last time up. Our Red Sox fans, always an honor to have the man here. Played a heck of a game with those the 76 Expos and Mets last night. That was fun to watch. Glad I caught it. Here's the pitch to Hornsby. That's going to be a tough 60. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. A 7 on the board. Hornsby's double play rating's a 6. Stock will get thrown out at second. Hornsby will beat the relay. There'll be one out on a fielder's choice. Remember, these games are not played broadcast style. We just play the game out. One day I'll do a Reds Cardinals broadcast game. Here's Jack Fournier. He lined out his last time up. Hornsby 4D steal will not run. That's going to be a defense check 57 and a range check to first. So the ball is hit to Dalbert. His range is a C. 57 on the board, and he's going to make the out. So that is going to be ground ball, double play, A or B. And Dalbert's range is a C. So the only play they're going to get is Hornsby out at second. Fournier will be safe at first, 2 men down. On another fielder's choice. And the batter now is Austin McHenry. Al Red Sox fan. For those of you who have a chance to watch this replay later, always check out his channel. Man is a mastermind at what he does. Stratomatic baseball, glory days boxing, and of course out of the park baseball, action PC. The man just does it all. Football, man just does it all. Jack of all trades, and he is a master of all of them. Yes, he is. Here's the pitch to McHenry. That's going to be an in-play 23. That's a base hit for McHenry. With a run rating at 8, Fournier will make it to third. McHenry goes to first. So McHenry keeps the inning alive. That's his second hit of the game. And now a chance for Doc Lavin. Runners in the corners, 2 outs. Can the Cardinals maybe get another run here? They're down 4-2. Let's see what happens. That's going to be an in-play 61. That's not going to cut it. That's a fly ball to right. And that will end the inning. So no runs, 2 hits, a couple of fielder's choices. Still 4-2 in favor of Cincinnati. Timeout. For a station identification, this is the RJL 518 Network. Brought to you by Pepsi. The best drink on the planet. Or maybe I should say the best soda on the planet. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Reds leading 4-2. Tink Revere maybe has settled down a little bit since giving up 3. So going through the entire Cincinnati lineup. Remember, the Reds come into this game 7-5. The Cardinals 6-3. We've lost our last 2. Leading off for Cincinnati is Jake Dalbert. Remember, most of these players were on that 1919 Reds team that did play the White Sox, the Black Sox that year. Tink Revere, that's going to be a patient 0-3. That is a definite walk. And Dalbert will go to first as he is on base for the 3rd straight time. He got on base via single, hit by pitch, and now he's walked. Batter now is Sam Bone. He's 0 for 1. Dalbert 3C steal rating will not run. Pitch coming. That's going to be a ballpark 93. That's in play. And an in-play 17 is going to be a single for Bone. Long single into the gap to center field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Dalbert goes to third. And runners at the corners, nobody out. The batter will be Pat Duncan. Duncan double play rating 6, not high enough. Cardinals will call infield in, although they've already gotten burned on it. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be an 8. That's a tough 96. And that's going to be a fly ball to left. That's going to be out number 1. It is a tough. Dalbert will not run, will not be able to take off. That's 1 out. Not deep enough. And now here's Ruby Bresler. Bresler is 1 for 1, single and a walk. Bresler's double play rating is a 5. They will keep the infield in. And that's going to be an in-play 04, and that is going to be your basic, can't talk. That's a double. That's a double. That's a double. Deep drive to center field. 1 hops the wall. Dalbert will score. Bone will score. Bresler goes to second. And once again, the Reds lead by 2. I guess it's just the way I should say it. Ruby Bresler gets himself a big 2 RBI double. And the Reds are back out in front 6-2. And that's going to be it for Revere. He is done. Lou Fonseca will come out and pick bat now for the Reds. They'll go the bullpen, as I think St. Louis has had enough. And they're going to bring in Marv Goodwin. Goodwin will take over. So Revere, done for the game. Goodwin is a long reliever, so he can go 4, 5, and 6. So he will take over against Lou Fonseca. Runner on second base, still 1 out. No problem, Al Red Sox fan. Take your time, my friend. I'm just having blast. That's going to be a tough 45, and that's a ground ball right back to Goodwin. He's going to get it. He'll throw to first for out number 2. Run rating a 6. Run rating a 6 on a ground ball to the pitcher. I think Bresler makes it, goes to first. I'll check real quick here. Run rating of 7 or more. No, he stays at second base. 2 outs. And now the batter is Sam Crane. Pitch coming. That's going to be a patient 51. And Crane gets hit by the pitch. So everybody on the Reds is getting plunked. That's the 3rd hit by pitch in the game. As Crane is now gets smacked. Tink Rivera hit 2 players back to back. Now runners at first and second for Wingo. Back to a 6-2 lead. Here's the pitch from Goodwin. That's going to be an in-play. It's close to that. That's an in-play. That's going to be an in-play 0-1, and that's going to be a double. Ivy Wingo, in-play 0-1, definite double, no doubt about it. Bresler will come around to score. Crane with a run rating of 6. He will score from first. Wingo goes to second with a very happy couple of fist pumps, although I don't know if they actually did that in 1921. Doesn't matter. And the Reds now have an 8-2 lead on the Cardinals. As right now, the Cardinals cannot do anything right. And Cincinnati just opened up a can of whoop ass. Next batter is Eparixi. He's 0 for 2. Will this inning come to an end with him at the plate? That's an in-play 82 at will. That's a ground out to short. And that retires the side. So 4 runs come in for Cincinnati on 1, 2, 3 hits, 1 walk, and a hit by pitch. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Reds are just opening up on the Cardinals 8-2. Timeout. Bottom of the 4th, coming up, Epirixi will be pitching to Vern Clemens. Time out for a moment as I get rid of that card because Revere is no longer in the lineup. Here's the pitch to Clemens. That's going to be a tough 55, and that's a ground ball to third. Throws to first for out number 1. Marv Goodwin is scheduled to bat. He gave up. He actually gave up about 2 runs. He can give up a third before he's fatigued. And I think if there was a man on base, I'd probably pinch hit for him. But in this case, the answer is going to be a no. So I'm going to let Marv Goodwin bat. So I got to bring out his card. So Marv Goodwin will come out to bat. Or actually, well, with that kind of card, probably not. No, they'll we change our mind here. We're going to go ahead and we'll pinch hit. Not with that. Doesn't really matter today. Because Goodwin will come out. And they'll bring in a pinch hitter against Rixey. So let's see what they're going to bring in. Rixey's a lefty. And looks like it's going to be Joe Schultz. Joe Schultz will come in and pinch hit for the Cardinals. We'll have to get a new pitcher. 1 out, bottom of the 4th, 8-2 Reds. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a defense check 98. That's going to be good no matter what. Error check to third base, Bone. His error rating is a 1, which is a 1 to 64, but a 98 is there. It's going to be a great play by third baseman Bone. He throws to first for out number 2. So no doubt there. Top of the batting order now is Les Mann. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 10 in play, 68, and that's a ground out to second base. And that ends the inning. 3 up and 3 down for the Cardinals. They're getting their butts beat today. It's 8-2. At the end of 4. Go to the top of the 5th. Let's see who the Cardinals want to bring out to pitch. Leading off for the Reds is going to be Charlie C. And St. Louis will bring out Bill Schertle. Schertle the Turtle. 9 wins, 8 losses, 3.18 ERA, long fatigue. So Schertle can pitch innings 5 to 7. Let's see if he can maybe stop the bleeding. 8-2 Reds. So far, not a ball game. It was. It's a 7. That's going to be a tough 0-2. That is a strikeout. 1 down. He goes down on strikes. The next batter is Jake Daubert. Daubert's been on base all 3 times. Single, hit by pitch, and walk. And that one is fouled away. They'll get a new baseball for the umpire. So we'll do it again. That's going to be a tough 0-9, and that's a strikeout to Daubert for the first time. He doesn't get on base. 2 down. Second strikeout for Schertle. Batter now is Sam Bone. That's going to be a 9. That's a defense 91. That should be just fine. Error check to third base. That's Stock. His error rating's a 1 to 64, 91 on the board. Nice play by Stock. He throws to first, and that will end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning on the Reds. But they still are dominant, complete command of the game, 8-2. As the Cardinals right now are in danger of losing their 3rd straight after getting out to a 6-1 start and a grand slam against the Chicago Cubs a few games ago. Since then, the Cardinals got swept both games by the Pirates, and now they're down 8-2 to the Reds here at Sportsman's Park. Bottom of the fifth, Epirixi will be pitching to Cliff Heathcote. See if the Cardinals can get anything going on. That's going to be a ballpark 55. That's a wheelhouse. And a wheelhouse 61 is going to be a fly ball to left. 1 out. Heathcote doesn't have hardly any power. He didn't hit a home run in 21. Here's Milt Stock. Stock got a singles last time up. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 59, and that's a ground out to third. 2 down. And now Rogers Hornsby. Hornsby batted .398 against lefties and .397 against righties. He's batting .243 starting this season out. 2 men out. Let's see if Hornsby can get something, give us some stats here. That's going to be an in-play 34, and that will be a base hit for Hornsby. He will go to first, and that's his first hit of the game. So Hornsby adds something to his stats. Here's Jack Fournier. Fournier is 0 for 2, a line out, the fielder's choice. That's going to be an in-play 40, and that's a pop-out to second base, and that ends the inning. So no runs and a hit for the Cardinals, still 8-2 Reds. As right now, Cincinnati is just absolutely shutting down the Cardinals in this game. Cardinal pitching has been awful. At least the starting pitching was. We go to the top of the 6th. Bill Shirtle will come out to pitch, and it will be Pat Duncan leading off for Cincinnati. We'll still have a 10-minute ticker at the 7th inning stretch, although it's very short. There's only one other game being played today on April 29th, 1921. That's going to be a tough 22. Struck him out, 1 down. Shirtle gets his 3rd strikeout. Batter now is Ruby Bresler. Bresler 2 for 3, actually 2 for 2. Single, double, and walk. Shirtle with the pitch. That's going to be a tough 09, and he strikes Bresler out, 2 down. 4th strikeout for Shirtle. He's already reached above his average. Next batter is Lou Fonseca. 2 men out. Pitch from Shirtle. That's going to be a defense 58. That could be interesting. Error check to first base. The ball is hit to Fournier. His error rating is a 158, and that's going to be an error. That's going to be a 1-base error. Fonseca will hold it first. And that is the 2nd error on the Cardinals in this game. And that is an E3. Next batter for Cincinnati is Sam Crane. Fonseca's 3 deal steal rating will not run. Nobody's stealing at 6-run lead. 2 outs. Shirtle's pitch. That's going to be a tough 30. That's a wild pitch, first of all. A 30 on the board. That's a wild pitch. So Fonseca goes to second first. So the first thing you do is resolve the wild pitch. And now you resolve the play. And now that's a tough 30. And that's going to be a single for Sam Crane. That's a base hit. So the wild pitch moves Fonseca over to second. Then you resolve the play, which is a tough 30 against the lefty. And that is a single which will score Fonseca. And Crane will go to first. And now it's 9-2 Reds. That's how the wild pitch system works in payoff pitch. You do not re-roll if a wild pitch comes up. You just add a wild pitch, and then you use the same exact roll. And I actually heard a game that actually hurt the Cardinals in one game, not the 1921 Cardinals, but a game with the Cardinals against the Yankees in my 2019 runner-up series I did at the start when I started doing all this stuff. So I was having some issues with the wild pitch rule. Now I figured, and then I asked Joe Bryan how it works, and it's exactly how it works. Sam Crane is on at first. It's now 9-2 Reds, and I might have to get my my extra scoring markers ready because I have a funny feeling we're going to be going above my scoreboard's numbers here. Crane on at first. Who's next batter? Ivy Wingo. Ivy Wingo is up. He doubled his last time up. Pitch from Schertle. That's the first run he's allowed, actually. That's going to be a tough 34 and struck him out. And Schertle does not allow anything else after that. So the error hurts big time. Schertle strikes out the side, but the error allows a base hit run to score. So they can thank Jack Fournier for that one, as that error is huge and allowed the Reds to get an extra scoring run on the board. I think I just said that, right? We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 9-2 Reds. Epirixi pitching with a 7-run lead. He should probably wind up with a complete game. He had 21 of them. It's not like Cincinnati stunk. Cincinnati was also rated an A, also got a grade A in quick results. They were actually in second place in the National League in 1921 behind the Giants. This Reds team did not stink by any means. They were one of the best teams in the league. Austin McHenry will lead off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 6th. And that did not make the tower. That is ball 1. Tough day so far, the Cards. I know that's right. Here's a 7. That's going to be a tough 32, and that's a strikeout from McHenry. 1 down. The batter now is Doc Lavin. Pitch from Lavin. That's going to be an in-play 55. That's a ground ball to third. 2 down. And now Vern Clemens. Clemens doubled and grounded out. 2 outs so far. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 7. That's going to be a tough 54. And that's a ground out to third as well. A 1-2-3 inning for Epirixi, and the Reds are owning it today. 6 in the books, 9-2. We go to the top of the 7th. Bill Schertle can pitch the 7th inning. He's only gave up 1 run, so he's not fatigued yet. So this will be his last inning. Epirixi will bat for Cincinnati. Why not? You got a 7-run lead. Pitch on the way. That's going to be a patient 12, and that's going to be a base hit for Epirixi. The pitcher helps his cause with a single. Remember, pitchers did hit pretty well back in the day. He'll go to first. Steele rating a F, of course, not running. And now here's Charlie C. Bill Schertle, not very happy with himself, allowing a base hit to the pitcher. Epirixi did bat 154 against left-handed pitching. Pitch to C. That's going to be a tough 33, and that's a strikeout, 1 down. Jake Daubert, the next batter. That's going to be a wheelhouse 79 fly ball center field, 2 outs. And now Sam Bone. Bone hit a single, walked, grounded out, and struck out. Rixey's still on it first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ballpark 91. That's an in-play. And an in-play 24 is going to be a single for Bone. That will set Rixey as a run rating of 5. So in this case, I have to draw the card. Hard grounded to right field. The runner on first will only advance 1 base. So Rixey goes to second and Bone on at first. That is a base hit. Next batter will be Pat Duncan. Duncan is 1 for 3. Schertle trying to just get out this inning and be happy with what he did tonight, with today, although the rest of St. Louis is not. Fans here at Sportsman's Park not happy at all. That's going to be a defense 57. An error check to center field. That ball is hit to Heathcote. His error rating is a 1 to 64. 57 on a board. That is an error on Heathcote. And then an error in the outfield is not what you want. And that's going to be a 2-base error. So Rixey scores, Bone goes to third, and Duncan's on second. Still 2 outs. And now the Reds lead it 10-2. Runners at second and third. That's Schertle's. Let's see what we got here. That is Schertle's second run he's given up. And that is an E8. Ouch. Schertle has now allowed runs, mostly because of errors. The batter is Ruby Bresler. He's long fatigued. He can give up one more run, and that'll be it. Then he becomes fatigued. So there's Bresler with 2 outs. And Bresler is actually 2 for 3 today. I'm going to see if they can get him out. Here's the pitch from Schertle. That's going to be a tough 36. And nope, that's going to be a base hit for Ruby Bresler. That's a single. That will score Sam Bone. That will score Pat Duncan from second. And right now, the Reds are just beginning to embarrass the Cardinals. As 2 more runs come in. And the score is now 12-2 Reds. And the next batter is Lou Fonseca, and that's going to be it for Schertle. And that's not what the Cardinals wanted, because he was due to bat first. So now they might do a double switch, which I think is what they're going to do. So the next pitcher coming in for the Cardinals, although they really should just bring in some junk pitchers, it really doesn't matter. They're going to go ahead and bring in Roy Walker. Roy Walker is a long reliever. So Walker comes in. He can pitch innings 7, 8, and 7 to 9. Timeout. Hello. I think we got the wrong number. No, but you look at the Stephen Shore. Yeah, you called my mom's number. He has a different phone number. Do you know it? I believe that's it, yes. You're very welcome. I know.
Who was that?
That was Steve. That was for Uncle Steve.
Who was it?
For dental.
Oh, okay.
So I told him to call back on his number.
Okay.
Sorry for the technical difficulties there, people. We're still here in the top of the 7th inning. 12-2 Cincinnati. Roy Walker will take over on. He's going to come in and bat. Vern's. I'm going to probably take. Let's see. I'm probably going to take out. Going to have Roy Walker probably take up the second spot. Let's see who I got that can replace. Pickles Dillhofer is going to bat ninth. He's going to take over at catcher. Vern Clemens will come out. And I'll put in Roy Walker's batting cards. So just give me a moment here. It's definitely a tough day for the Cards, that's for sure. Let me get Roy Walker's card, which is here someplace. There it is. And he will take over. He will bat eighth, and Dillhofer will lead it off in the bottom of the seventh inning. I think I did that right. Okay. Roy Walker, the new pitcher for the Cardinals, 11 wins, 12 losses, 4.22 ERA. He will pitch to Lou Fonseca. 12-2 Reds. Does it really matter? I mean, we're down by 10 runs. Wrestler on at first. Let's see if Walker can get out the inning. That's going to be a defense check again, 75. An error check to third base. That ball is hit to Stock. Stock's error rating is a 1, but a 75 on the board. He will get the play. He'll throw to second to finally end this inning. And that is a ground out to third. So 3 runs on 3 hits and another error. And the Reds are all over the Cardinals, 12-2, timeout. Seventh inning stretch time, but we go ahead to the 10-minute ticker, and only one other game was being played today, and that was the Chicago Cubs versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's the only other game being played, and that's going to be a 7, and that's a win for the Pirates as they do beat the Cubs. Looks like 3-1, and that's the only 10-minute ticker game we had for April 29. So we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning, 12-2 Reds. Epirixi will come back out to pitch, probably looking for a complete game unless the Reds team absolutely implodes. Leading off for the Cardinals will be the new catcher, Pickles Dillhofer, who took over for Vern Clemens in the double switch. Here's the pitch to Dillhofer. That's going to be an in-play 65, and that's a ground ball to short for out number 1. Dillhofer will head back to the bench. And now the batter is Les Mann. That's a 7. That's a tough 81. And that's a fly ball to center field for out number 2. And now we have Cliff Heathcote. 3 errors on the Cardinals today. And I believe, and every error has led to a Cardinal run, except for the first one. Here's the pitch from Rixey. That's an in-play 73, and that's a fly ball to center field. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Rixey. As the way it's going right now, it looks like the Cardinals just want to go home. But you are going to get games like this once in a while. 7 innings in the books, it's still 12-2 Reds. We go to the top of the 8th. Roy Walker will pitch to Sam Crane. Crane singled his last time up. That's going to be a defense check 0-1, and whatever that is, that's going to be a hit. So it's going to error check to third base. That ball is hit to Stock. His error rating is a 1, not a chance. That's an error on Stock. And that's going to be a 1-base error as Crane is going to make it to first Another error. That is the fourth error on the Cardinals today. And that is an E5. Next batter is Ivy Wingo. Fourth error on the Cardinals. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 83, and that's a ground out to second base. Let's see. Wingo's double play rating's a 6, 9 on the board. Crane is out. Wingo was safe. 1 out, fielder's choice. Next batter is Epirixi, the pitcher. Got a single his last time up. That's going to be a patient 06, and that's a walk. Roy Walker walks the pitcher. And it just doesn't get any better for the Cardinals in this game. Runners at first and second now for Charlie C. Still 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Pitch coming. That's going to be an in-play 86. And that's a ground ball to second base. Charlie C's double play rating's a 9. 6 on the board. They will turn it. It's going to go to second, back to shortstop, back to first. And that will end the inning on a 4-6-3 double play. No runs, no hits, 1 error. Still 12-2 Reds. Bottom half of the 8th inning, Epirixi. His fatigue inning is 9, so he can go. He has 20. He had 21 complete games in 1921, so he definitely should be able to finish this game out. Here's Milt Stock for the Cardinals, and he has had. Let's see. He has an error. The first baseman has an error. Everybody but the second baseman had an error in the infield. Stock had 1. So let's see if the Cardinals can at least make this game somewhat respectable. That's going to be an in-play 24, and Stock will get a base hit. That's a single. He'll go to first. Next batter is Hornsby. He singled his last time up. Pitch to Hornsby. That's going to be an in-play. That's a leaner. Strike 1. Reroll. That's better. That's still an in-play 92, and that's going to be a ground ball to second base. A 3 on the board is a definite double play. On the way to second, back to short, back to first, double, back to short, really, actually, and to shortstop, to second, to first, 2 outs. And no matter what the Cardinals do, it's just not working today. The fans are pretty much already left here at Sportsman's Park. About half the state, about maybe a quarter of the stadium still has fans in it. I think they're all wearing Reds jerseys. 6-4-3. Here's Jack Fournier. Here's the pitch. That's going to be an in-play 60, and that is a ground ball to third. Throws to first. Side retired. As the Cardinals are just getting owned. No runs and a hit. Still 12-2 Reds after 8. We go to the top of the 9th. Roy Walker still pitching for St. Louis. Next Cardinals game we'll have, by the way, after Bleacher Bums Gaming does his next Yankees game is April 30, and they will be playing these same Cincinnati Reds here at Sportsman's Park. Reds and Cardinals will be game number 11 after Bleacher Bums Gaming does a Yankee game. Remember, I follow him. I let him set the pace. I'm in no rush. I have my own season going on with 1994, which tonight we have a big game tonight as well. Philadelphia Phillies versus Montreal Expos. Big game in the National League. Expos now only 2 games ahead of the Braves. So still lots of baseball left to play there. 12-2 Reds. Rory Walker will pitch to Jake Daubert, who will lead off for Cincinnati in the top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a patient 81, and that's a fly out to center, 1 out. Here's Sam Bone. That's going to be a patient 97. That's a fly ball to left. Out number 2. And finally, Pat Duncan for the Reds. Pitch on the way. That's going to be an in-play 19, and that's a base hit. Duncan gets a 2-out single. And we'll bring up Ruby Bresler. Nobody's stealing, not with a 10-run lead by anybody. That's going to be an in-play 54, and that's a ground ball hit to first. An easy pickup by Fournier. He'll take it himself, and that will end the inning. No runs on a hit. And we go to the bottom half of the 9th inning. Epirixi looking for a complete game. He is not fatigued. If he allows a run, he will be. But I think even if he allows a run, he becomes fatigued. I might just use a fatigue card on him and let's see if he can finish the game out. 12-2 Reds. Not many fans here are left at Sportsman's Park. Leading off for the Cardinals is Austin McHenry. He's 2 for 3 tonight. That's going to be a patient 52, and that's going to be a single for McHenry. He leads off the 9th with a hit. Batter now will be Doc Lavin. That's going to be an in-play 62, and that's a fly ball to right, 1 man down. Roy Walker's the next batter. He's the pitcher. They're going to take him out, and they'll bring in a pinch hitter. So we'll see a pinch hitter here for the Cardinals. Let's see who they bring up. They want someone good against lefties. 17, 18. And it looks like it's going to be Specs to Porcer. He will come up and pinch hit for Roy Walker. He batted .278 against left-handed pitching, so we'll see if Specs can go ahead and do something. McHenry on at first base, 1 out, pitch from Rixey. That's going to be an in-play 47, and that's a ground ball to first. The Porcer's double play rating is a 7. That's going to do it. Easily pick up by Daubert. He throws to Fonseca for 1. Fonseca throws back to Epirixi, covering the bag at first. That is a 3-4-1 double play, and the ball game mercifully is over. And that will do it. No runs and a hit, but this game is done as the Cincinnati Reds completely obliterate the St. Louis Cardinals 12-2. Stick around for the line score. This should be interesting. For the Cincinnati Reds, 12 runs on 11 hits, no errors. For the Cardinals, 2 runs, 9 hits, 4 errors tonight. The winning pitcher, of course, is Epirixi. He goes all the way. He goes the distance, gets a complete game. The losing pitcher is Tink Revere. And Roger Hornsby, as I usually go ahead and get his rating, he was 1 for 4 tonight. So he goes to 10 for 41 for the campaign. And that's it. No walks or anything for Hornsby for Hornsby. And that is it. So that's it, guys. Our Red Sox fans, thank you very much for joining me for this game. For those of you who didn't catch it right now, please you can all catch it on the replay, as I'll put it in the Payoff Pitch Gamers Network. As the Cincinnati Reds destroy the Cardinals 12-2 here at Sportsman's Park. The Cardinals will be playing the Reds again on April 30. That will follow the game for the New York Yankees on Bleacher Bums Gaming. Our Red Sox fan, always a pleasure to have you here. King of the Hill, as always. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Stay smart. Stay strong. Stay healthy as always. And I will see you again shortly. That's it here from Sportsman's Park. The Reds embarrassed the Cardinals 12-2. Have a good day, everybody. We'll see you a little later.